Hello, welcome back to Into the Breach. I got a few things to tell you, but first I am noticing that my desktop audio is not being picked up by OBS. Give me 1 second. I don't think I should have to pause for this. I think I just have to make 2 clicks. And then now you should. That's very strange. I don't know why there was no audio there. It's set to record my default audio, and then it did not. But anyway, hope you're doing well. I will I will start by telling you we're gonna play Bombermechs. I worked this out. I did an episode last night, but I made a few very bad mistakes that I should not have made, and after making those mistakes, I realized I was way too tired to play this game, and it was just gonna be a bad episode. Like I made like game losing mistakes. It was like a 20-minute episode, and I lost the game, and I went, okay, you know what? I should just can this and come back to it. So we're gonna play Bombermechs. To do a quick recap, I will walk you through what I talked about in the start. I have played through from Riftwalkers through Hazardous Mechs plus Cataclysm. So in the next 4 runs, we're gonna play Bombermechs, Mist Eaters, Arachnophiles, and then Heat Sinkers, and then probably reset. And we'll just kind of go through it like that. And so yeah, I think Bombermechs are very good. I will run you through what they have. We have the Pierce mech here. Fire a pushing projectile that pierces the first target, damaging the second. I think this weapon is pretty good. 2 damage, double push, solid. The Bombling mech. He shoots a little goon. The goon explodes for 1 damage. It has a lot more use than that. It can block spawns, and it can also be used with the exchange mech. Force a nearby unit to swap with any other unit. It can be 2 enemies, 2 allies, etc. So yeah, you can shoot a bomb out and then swap an enemy over to the bomb, for example. Very solid. We're going to be playing Silica here because I don't have a good time traveler right now. And Silica's mech can act twice works extremely well in the Bombling mech, especially when you get the upgrade. When we get 5 reactor cores, we shoot out 4 bombs per turn, which is just ridiculous. So let's rock, shall we? Oh yeah, I was doing a little farming on normal as well to try and knock out a better pilot, and then I fell asleep during the farming and went, okay, never mind. I'm just gonna go to bed. So it's morning now. It's 11:30. I'm having my coffee. I have not had coffee in a little over a week, but I was like, I'm gonna have one. I may as well. So this team is very dynamic and has a lot of movement options. And so I want to go somewhere where my movement options and my ability to move the enemies will not be hindered. And so I want to avoid specifically scorpions on my first island. So I think we don't want to go here. I think we want to go to Detritus. However, that is a rough scion. Anything that makes the enemies tankier at the start is pretty brutal. Spiderlings are also kind of spooky though, but less spooky, I would say. I almost want to go to Pinnacle because like I would never go here, and every now and then I want to try to do stuff like I would never do this. I would never go here because of the moths. But maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's not so bad. I would probably go to RST. I'm gonna go to RST. I think the boss is pretty easy. I think the enemy loadout is not so bad. So let's give it a shot. What we got? A sandstorm with kill 6 or fewer is usually pretty free. Do not kill them. Okay, let's go here. We're probably gonna do Scorched Earth and Doomsday Point, but let's start with this one because there's a chance that we get our time pot immediately, which would be very good. By the way, if you haven't seen it, Silica's ability is for 2 reactor cores. He can act twice if he does not move. So we basically don't have a starting pilot right now, but eventually it'll be good. Kill 6 or fewer should not be so bad for our team as well because we have a lot of ways to move the enemies without killing them. So let's get talking about what we're gonna do here. So the C file is off on the next turn. There will not be an attack on it because it'll be just smoked up. So with that in mind, I want to position around this building. However, I want the exchange mech because the exchange mech has 3 move and the pierce mech has 4. I want the exchange mech to be here, and the idea is that we might get an enemy to walk onto the D4 square, and if they do that, then Like, if they do that and they attack the exchange mech, I can just leave. I can walk away. And there will be no viable attack on the coal plant. Or I can teleport them away and we can kill something with many options. No time pod, it's a shame. One thing I've noticed about Sandstorm is that it feels like the scions tend to just walk away. Yeah, so look at this. It actually worked out exactly how I had hoped. Almost beat for beat what I wanted here. Honestly, even better than I could have hoped because we get a sick kill on the 4 health enemy here. Because it's 1 damage from the mosquito being pushed into it, 2 damage from the shot, and then 1 damage from being pushed into the other alpha mosquito. Very nice. And with that, that's the only attack that we have to worry about. So my positioning plans actually worked out very well. We are going to have to deal with a lot of spiderlings, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. I like... I was gonna say maybe we block this spawn, but this spawn, if it's a melee enemy, or like most enemies that spawn here, I guess mosquitoes and such wouldn't have this problem, but a lot of enemies that are gonna spawn out of this spawn tile are not gonna be able to make an action here. So instead we could go kill the spiderling and set the artillery to 1. And then I wanna put our exchange mech in a nice central location here where it can deal with attacks on the back lines here. And I think we press end turn. Yeah, because you can't actually swap with anyone. There's gonna be a lot of smoke here. I was watching the action. Come on, dude. How cloudy is it? Okay, fine. I mean, the big thing about the exchange mech, as you're going to start to see, is that this unit almost universally on these turns will be able to influence 2 attacks. You swap these 2 goons right here, but my big blind side though is when I make this swap, I have to think about where, because I think about, okay, the unit that I'm swapping over to this tile is going to be swinging here, fine, but I never think about what the other enemy is going to do. In this case, he will be swinging into nothing, but that was the mistake I made. Multiple times, I just swapped and then killed my exchange mech repeatedly, and that was not ideal. So I can block the spawn here. The big thing I can't do is I cannot shoot through to push this guy into the pit. I could do it with a Bombling mech, but I can also just use the bomb to block the shot and then end my turn. And I think that's also fine. Because remember, we're doing kill 6 or fewer, so we're incentivized. I mean, we're not really incentivized to not kill enemies, but I don't think there's a great reason to kill enemies. If you didn't see it, by the way, the Bomblings do die at the end of turn. So, like, if he doesn't die to that explosion, he would die of natural causes, running out of fuel or whatever. Yeah, this one's actually a little tricky because I don't have a good position to make a swap from. This isn't that tricky, actually. Hold on. You gotta do a little bit of... Oh, no, it is a little tricky. Hold on. I don't have anywhere to move to hit this enemy, you see. Because if I go over here and shoot him, we're gonna blow up that building. So I need to get a bomb, but I can't get a bomb to... Oh, can I get a bomb to here? Hold on. Oh, but then I shoot through and I hit the building for 1 anyway, and we save nothing. This is an interesting problem. I think the answer is probably take this shot, because it'll open up a new movement path for me, for my exchange mech to just pull up and do a cool little swap maneuver. Oh, hey, don't do it to yourself. That's okay. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna tell you that we can sneak an extra kill in here, but we cannot, because right here you make this swap the Scion with the Mosquito, and our exchange mech is sent packing. He is extremely killed. So But however, if you swap the Firefly with the Mosquito then does 2 damage, we are making our day worse. So, what do you do here? Great question. Extremely pertinent question. I mean, I guess it's actually if he wouldn't take the swing because he would get smoked out. However, there's a better play here, regardless, which is to go... I guess it's not that much of a better play, is it? Whatever. I'm missing 1 experience. I'm missing 2 experience. You know what? I'm not gonna sweat missing 2 experience. The better play here would be, because I thought that he was gonna swing, but he doesn't swing. The better play is to swap the Mosquito into the Fog and then bomb the unalpha Mosquito. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't even bomb him because he's freaking smoked up. Okay, never mind. There is no better turn here. End your turn. Goodbye. The whole map is smoke. That's the problem, but like, of course it is. We went to the smoke screen map with 2 mosquitoes on it. Yeah, there were no casualties. So great start. I think that this mission is like a hard in. I don't think that this is ever very good. Defend the Renfield bombs. They're always just out in the middle of nowhere with 1 HP. I hate that mission. Block 3 spawns. Oh, this mission is nuts because we have 2 explosion buildings as well. This mission is very good. So, we can basically, if you look at the enemy movement here, we can pretty much lock the mosquitoes out. They don't even have any viable attacks anyway. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to position my units in this fashion. I was gonna say what we should do is we should position along the wall here to block attacks on these 2 buildings. However, the mosquitoes can't hit these 2 buildings anyway, so what we want to do instead is we want to get as many units crowded around this decoy building as possible and then pop it off. If we can kill 2, 3, or 4 on this turn, then we should have no problem getting the block Vex spawn. 1. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. We get 1, probably 2. I can exchange mech it. Right, we can do exchange here to here. I'm thinking about if I can kill the Arachnid Scion. Because what I don't like about this idea is that I am going to be absolutely swarmed with spiders. My attack order? It's like this. So, okay, this is a really hard turn. It may not seem that hard because there's nothing actually happening on this turn except for 1 attack. But the hard part of this turn is optimizing it so that the next 3 turns aren't an absolute disaster. And so, start to look at our options. We can consider this idea, where we kill 1 non-alpha. So, first of all, I should say, the obvious first idea here is... Oh, you know what the obvious idea is here? Sorry, I see it now. It would be, you shoot here, pushing the Scarab back to block this spawn. You would then swap with the Mosquito, set off the building, and then drop a bomb on this tile, killing both of the eggs, and killing the Scarab when he blocks the spawn. So there will be 1 spider and 1 Scarab alive, and also 1 block spawn. I think that this is the best play by a lot. Let's see if there's something I'm missing about this. Swap those 2. Set off the building. I never get good value out of these decoy buildings, so that shot is just ridiculous. I guess the only thing that I'm missing about this is I take 1 on my exchange mech, but that's a risk I'm ready to take. And then I set off the other decoy building, killing 2 of my characters. And losing the run. You'll be alright. The hull is there to get hit. Oh wait, and the spider egg spawn. I thought it was gonna spawn a spiderling, but no. They hatch... Oh, that's really interesting. So the spiderling actually just gives me an extra block. Wow. Cool. Because it will not hatch and move, it'll just die. So I'll go ahead and block 3 spawns and also repair here. I don't care if you shoot the decoy building for 1. This is, like, I cannot overstate how ridiculously good this map is. 3 buildings up against a mountain set, and then 2 decoy buildings in the middle where enemies are going to swing on you is just ridiculous. This is such a high roll. But yeah, I'm not going to complain about high rolls. We've had our share of low rolls in our lives here. How do you want to deal with this? I was thinking something along the lines of swap here. And then just shoot this firefly back onto the tile. It's gonna set my exchange mag back to 1 we repaired so that we could get away with this, because now we can block every spawn. And there's gonna be 1 spiderling egg and 1 HP scarab alive on the next turn. This is an extremely good combat. And we're gonna get free grid defense for it as well. My feeling, I've been changing my tune a little bit. I'm starting to feel like grid defense might actually have a little more merit than I've originally given it credit for. If the Bombling kills an enemy, it does not go to the Bombling mech, it gets split to the team, and I want that because I want to work towards leveling up Silica. If you go here, you should not kill ourselves. And there you go. End turn. We got 7 spawns blocked there because we had that crazy strong turn 1. Beautiful. What do you mean Vex retreat, not a total victory? It was 2 eggs. Oh no, it was the Scion, right? No, we killed the Scion. It was 2 eggs. What are you talking about? Frost Beam? I actually think that this weapon is probably worth playing around with, but the Frost Beam, it takes reactor cores away from Silica, and he is very greedy in the early game. He needs 3, he needs 5. Honestly, no, he doesn't need 6. I think the first 5 go to Silica for double shot, 2 bombs, and then the next 2 go here for +1 move and Frost Beam. I don't think the force swap upgrades are very good, because the hurt enemy only does 1. Alright, I'm gonna go install this and get +1 move. Sadly, there's no reactor core mission on this map. Okay, we have full power grid, but I don't think I mentioned this, but I think I started on this idea but didn't finish. I think that getting a higher power grid is actually worthwhile, because a lot of times you're forced to take damage in the RNG of the final island, and so having like a 20% chance to have one of those proc, if you get 1, it probably changes the whole landscape of the run. Okay, so the game plan here is to stack up as many enemies as possible in the terraformer on turn 1, and then lock enemies out of spawning. I'm gonna position like this, because I want the exchange mech here to be able to cover any tile that this mosquito could go to. And then otherwise we should probably set up with something like this. I think this scarab will be the problem. Oh, the scarab killed itself. Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, we even... I mean, it's just like, it's just ridiculous. The enemies have once again just absolutely sent it. That was pretty solid. And then I think the last step of this is probably just drop a bomb, block the spawn, go swap onto it. It's hard now because, like, do I want to try and let controlled amounts of enemies spawn to farm up some experience? Probably. I don't want to block every spawn. I think I want to let, like, 2 enemies in. I'm gonna go something like here. And we will... Oh wait, no, this doesn't quite pan out for me. Hold on. Because... Oh, no, it's fine, it's fine. But it doesn't quite pan out for me because I don't get to block the spawn with the mosquito because he gets terraformed here, actually. I should have stepped my Bombling mech back 1. You know what, I'm actually done to reset this. I didn't think about it all the way. I need to terraform every turn. So we terraform here. We drop our bombling. And we need the bombling because we need the 2 damage to not hit the building. Of course. And I want this guy to block spawn for me. And then block one over here. Too bad you can't like pre-repair it, but there'll be 2 enemies off of this. That is fine. Yeah, we do want to try and get some experience flowing though into our characters. Like 1 plus 2 HP or 1, and basically there's a lot of upgrades that are very good for us. So we want to let the enemy spawn on the left side here so we can terraform it next turn. So I'm thinking here. Oh, I was gonna say I should terraform. I should not move this enemy, the Firefly, because I wanted to block a spawn, but there is a bit of an issue with that idea. So we could drop a bombling, shoot this Firefly into the pit, terraform it, and then probably just repair over here. Or, actually, how about I just move out of the way and then I don't need a bombling? That seems to make a lot of sense. Like this, terraform it up. I could also drop a bombling to kill the scarab, but I think I actually would just prefer to let it do the 1, because this 1 damage it does is not very consequential. This is basically, my philosophy in a position like this is I would rather block a spawn, because this spawn is potentially like an alpha firefly, and that is a lot harder to deal with than this scarab that's doing 1, because this is not particularly meaningful damage, unless another like 3 enemies that do 1 spawn in on it. But even in the worst case I can stop it, so we're potentially stopping an alpha enemy from spawning instead. That has been my philosophy in these positions. Then you just shoot here. Terraform the grass away. And then drop a bomb. And smoke the enemy. Okay. And then, you know, we may as well repair just in case this mission is end with mech damage down, even though I know it isn't. It's another great combat. I think that this team is one of the strongest teams because you have 2 extremely strong mechs. And the Bombling mech is really good after some investment. And with 4 mech or less than 4 mech damage and Cataclysm. Cataclysm is okay. Oh, does Cataclysm come from the edge, or? No, this is the one that comes through the middle. With 2 range type enemies, that's a little more difficult, but I don't like where that coal plant is. Although, actually, it's kind of fine, because it can only be attacked by 1 enemy. Ah, you know what? I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna follow my new grid defense idea, even though in my mind, it's better to get Reputation, because Reputation is just grid defense, but it's also reactor cores. I'd rather go for this. Follow the idea. I think it's safer, but the wind could also make this really difficult. So if you get attacked, if my exchange mech gets attacked by a mosquito, it has the ability to move to the side of it and swap it, which should be fine. That is some win. I mean, our opponents have not really offered a particularly threatening turn 1. I mean, these guys are just shooting each other, so what's there to be worried about? And we even get a free, if I step back, and we go shoot this, the spider egg blocks this firefly shot for me, huh? Just takes the hit for me? That's pretty good. Okay, I mean, I'll drop the bomb and do 3 here, 1 to each enemy. Does that seem solid? and then just walk out of the way. The mosquito takes 3. I have to think about... This mosquito's at 1 HP. Think about where I want to be to block enemy mobility, and I think it's here. To try to wall in the Firefly. Because it only has 2 movement. 2. It would never go to this tile, though. There would be no reason. It's okay. You can, if you're here, 1, 2, 3, you can reach this square. I could also block the spawn. I recognize, but I don't. You know what? It's probably fine. It's probably the correct idea. And enter. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought I mislooked. I thought I fucked up, and this character in the Pierce Mech just got blown into the enemy, but no, it's fine. There was no wind there. This Firefly just falls over and dies. You can send a Bombling to go kill this guy. That's the only thing I would want to do. I don't want to let a Spiderling spawn over there, because we're going to be killing this enemy with a Spiderling spawn is just going to guarantee another attack here. There's no RNG about it, it just happens like that. I don't want that. You go here and repair, you shoot the spider generator into the wall. Repair, we level up to Adrenaline is very good. Drop this Bombling, goes off. Should be good now. Firefly just unfortunately dies. Extremely tragic for him. A terrible accident. The wind has not been particularly troubling. A lot of times I feel like the wind can really get you. And like make you take a ton of damage, but it's looking pretty good here. If I go Pierce Mech here, Silica here, shoot a bomb pierces, kills the Scarab, and then exchange the Alpha Firefly with the regular Firefly. You have to exchange from this tile, because if you exchange from D, you get shot by the regular Firefly, and if you exchange from E, you block the Alpha Firefly shot. But that should be the line. This goes here, shoot it through. Oh, the Bombling is fine because it didn't move yet. Didn't overload that. Swap these two. Kills the regular Firefly, the Bombling blocks the spawn. It's just, the action economy of this team is insane. You shoot out a Bombling which lets you kill an enemy, and then the Bombling still has an action to go off of. Crazy. Or like the Exchange Mech just swaps 2 targets that are hitting like critical attacks and they are both cancelled. It's ridiculous. Very good. So this Mosquito's attack doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to just end the combat, you do this. It's just over. I guess we'll take another kill. Because there's no reason not to just grab that kill. But, yeah. Good to me. I don't think there's a line that would let you get a Bombling kill to split the XP. Fine. It's another. I mean, this is going to be at this rate, we're on the boss. It might be a 0 damage taken perfect island to start us off, which would be pretty cool. I think this team is a little big brain, but once you get in the flow of it, it's pretty free. Scarab Leader has 6 HP. Mosquitoes have 2 viable attacks. Scarab Leader is almost assuredly going to attack over here presently. So the best thing to do is try to give it another target to swing on, and I want that target to probably be the Bombling mech. And then we'll put the exchange over here. Like so. That way, we basically need to have 1 unit able to stop the Scarab if the Scarab swings on the corporate tower, and then the exchange mech can be over here to stop mosquitoes. Ooh, this positioning is bad. I should put the exchange mech back 1, I think. Because yeah, it didn't happen, but what could have happened here is if a mosquito goes to C4 and smokes me, the exchange mech gets completely blocked out of doing anything. However, it did not happen that way. So, what are we looking at here? I mean, we have... The turn is fine. We have one attack coming at us. So again, this is a hard turn because it's about figuring out what the best line of action is. I think that the highest damage output I could get here onto the Scarab Leader would be to swap my exchange... Or swap a bomb on the Exchange Mechs tile with the Scarab Leader to do 3 to it. However... I think if you do that, you also have to take 1 because there's no way to stop the Firefly shot here. That's what I'm thinking. So, in this case, I think the most damage we can do to the Scarab Leader is probably actually still 3, now that I think about it. You can't get pushed off the map, so it's not a problem. You would go... Ooh, not there. You have to go here, because our shot has a push on it. And you would go a Bombling here, shoot through for 2, pushing the Scarab back. Ooh, I didn't think about this. I think it's okay. I think you end up having to take this too, and it's not the end of the world. But then the Bombling goes and detonates for 1. I think you have to do it like this, but I don't love it. And then we also drop this guy into the water. Or we could actually swap him with the spider generator, and then it does 1 to the boss. That's actually a little better. Get 1 more damage on the boss. We did 4 to him without taking any damage here. Yeah, that's a little scary to go to 2 HP, but also 2 and 3 is basically the same health point. There's not a lot of enemies that have their damage output at 2. Oh, this Alpha Firefly got completely blocked out as well. Okay. So... kind of just however you want to go about it here. I think... Man, Adrenaline isn't even kicking off here. I think it's just... And the big play that saves us from a little bit of heartache, not actually that much heartache, now that I think about it, but like, the big play here is setting into 2. Just pushing into the water. It's actually exactly where I would want that egg to spawn. And then swap like this because the Alpha Firefly got blocked from attacking. Kills the mosquito. Blow up the egg, do 1 to the guy. It's a little scary because 2 of my characters are off on the right here, and all of the enemies are now clustered on the left. And so we can end up in a position that looks a little spooky. Like this one, honestly. This is pretty scary. Because we just got walled in by the Spiderling. There's no movement out here. Can't use... I would really like to not take damage if possible. I think it is possible as well. If we were to go swap Spider with Mosquito... I don't love that. This is one of the times where the Arachnid Scion is actually a big pain. We could swap Firefly with the Scion, and that'll stop the Firefly's attack. But I have no way to stop the Mosquito from hurting me then. Correct. I could... Attack order is not in my favor. And so the idea that would be good would be putting the Alpha Mosquito on C4 to hit the Firefly, and then doing 2 to it with the shot here. But that doesn't pan out for us. Because we can't hit the fire. We can't get to the Mosquito. Have a bomb kill the Spiderling either because of the smoke. Oh, I see. The trick here, there's a trick you have to recognize here that makes this okay. Do you know what it is? The trick that makes this okay is when you take this shot here, the tile on A4 becomes smoked and does not let the Firefly shot kill the exchange mech. That's the trick. You could also put a bomb for the swap, and that would be fine as well. There's multiple ways that this is okay, but... I don't absolutely love this setup. I'm gonna do it like this anyway. And the thing that I don't love about this setup is that I have a 1 HP unit over here blocking a Firefly. And so, the thing that I don't love about this setup is the exchange mech is trapped in the corner. Actually, 2, 3. I think that this is probably as good as it's going to be, but we can get pretty heavily locked down here, I fear. There's no way to get the Bombling here. I see. I was looking at if you could get the Bombling to block the spawn, but you cannot. Okay. Ooh, I didn't see I didn't see the one in the smoke there. This is actually really scary. Okay. First thought is this. It doesn't work out. I really did. I did screw myself here a little bit because I guess it's fine. The Spiderling actually clutches it for me, right? Because you can go swap the Spiderling and the Mosquito, and that cans both of those attacks. Oh, and then what's the attack order? Oh, excellent. Okay, this is not so bad. You come over here, shoot the Scarab into the water. You go swap Spiderling with Mosquito, and then because of the attack order, you can use a bomb here to block the Firefly shot. This is another thing about this team, by the way, that I am now recognizing, is it's a lot better to go to an island with Fireflies, because you get a new way that the Bombling mech can influence attacks is by blocking a shot, where you would otherwise not be able to do that. And that pans out there to an actual flawless island. I'm going to use 2 terms over the course of the series. Perfect Island is all bonus objectives, and this was a flawless island, where all bonus objectives and 10,000, so perfect save on the people. Very good stuff. Mech Games Armored is pretty solid. Grid Repulse is extremely hit or miss, but I think I will take Grid Repulse here because 1, it's free, and 2, what this does, I will take this. What Grid Repulse does here is if we put it on the Bombling mech for Silica, it adds to Silica a new game plan on a turn where he's supposed to shoot a bomb. Sorry, there's a loud as hell plane going over my head. Hold on. Oh, that's not getting picked up on the mic, it's fine. But it adds, so normally he's going to shoot a bomb, but sometimes there's going to be a position where you shoot the bomb and the bomb does not actually impact the turn. And so instead of shooting the bomb, you can pop Grid Repulse to potentially push an enemy off. Or you can shoot a bomb and then the second bomb shot wouldn't do anything. And so you just Grid Repulse with the second shot. I think that this weapon gives us a lot of counterplay. And now, oh man, you know I love Guided Missile. You know I love Guided Missile, but I don't think it's worth the 2. Trial Launcher, definitely not. It's definitely just 2 Reactor Cores and a Grid Defense up. Guided Missile, if I had 8, I would probably buy it, but at 7, why? Please go here, we go double shot, and +1 move, and there you go. Really strong, solid start to this one. I already have a 2 island with this team as well, so this is going to be a 3 or a 4. So I'm not going to say, okay, let's try a 2 island and then die, which is fun, but thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.